Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. My name is Anna Mardal. Today we're going to do the first chapter in a book called The Crown and the Flame. I know it says chapter 18 of 18, but I have played it before and now I'm going to restart it and share it with all of you. This is a story within an app called Choices. You can get it on Android or I think it's on the Apple App Store as well. But it's called Choices, Stories You Make. And it's kind of a host for choose your own adventure novels within there. Now there's some things here that are a little bit different for me and that will make the Let's Play a little bit different. You have to use a key every time you read a chapter of one of these. And the keys regenerate. You notice it's counting down. You get one key every 2 hours. They don't stack past 2 of them. So I'm time limited based on how often I can do a chapter, unless I plunk down real money. What that means is, and there's no saving, there's no loading. If I screw up, then we'll have to redo a chapter, which you may hear swearing if I hit the wrong button, because I don't want to have to redo a chapter, because that costs me another key. And also, it makes it kind of hard to explore all the branching paths and, like, romances and stuff, because, like, I'm not gonna be able to, so we'll see. But I definitely wanted to go through this at least once because I really liked this game. It reminded me a lot of Long Live the Queen. So we'll go through it once, and if everybody's just clamoring for more, then we'll talk about how we want to do another playthrough, or if we do. And if you don't, we'll move on to something else. Okay, right, restart book. Reset book to chapter 1 and delete all progress. All purchases will be saved. Yes. So that's the other thing. This is a pay to play. You do basically have to pay money, real money, to play it. Which I've done so on the grounds that I figure, well, if this were in the Steam store as a visual novel, I'd have to pay money for that. But, obviously the hope is that maybe the YouTube ads or PayPal donations will pay for it back. We'll see. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. So we're in chapter 1 of 18. Kenna, that's this girl here, Kenna, an exiled queen, and Dom, a man with mysterious powers, must raise an army to reclaim their stolen kingdom from a treacherous warlord. And like I said, I've played this before and I loved it. Like, obsessed with this new book, loved it. So I hope you will too. Chapter 1, The Broken Alliance. Who do you want to start as? So we've got Dominic Hunter and Princess Kenna Riss, and I'm going to start as Kenna. I don't think it makes a difference, but now playing as Kenna Riss. You're Princess of Stormholt, the smallest realm of the 5 kingdoms. Draw your sword, or are you too worried I'll bruise that pretty face of yours? Your best friend, Dominic Hunter, smirks as he raises his practice sword. Oh, so my face is pretty now? Typical Dom. You only hear what you want to hear. Get ready for a beating. You haven't gotten the better of me in 6 summers. Dom raises his sword. Okay, so you get a tutorial. You're about to make a choice. The choices you make will change the story in different ways. Some small and some very big. and that's true. So Dom's attacking. Oh, and by the way, some of these choices are timed, in which case I may not have time to read all of them aloud, as we learned to our detriment in the Reigns duels. Dom's attacking. And I'm going to block. You block Dom's strike and hold your ground. Some choices increase Kenna's prestige. Higher prestige unlocks special choices. You were saying? I'll admit you're getting stronger, but not strong enough to win. Dom lunges forward and ends up pressed against you. Your faces only inches apart. This'll wipe the smile off your face. So we have taunt him, punch him, or kiss him. Now, I know that I am shipping trash. You know this as well. I don't ship Kenna Dom. So we will not be pursuing Kenna Dom romance options in this playthrough because I ship Dom with other people and Kenna with other people. So I'm going to punch him, which feels mean, but this is a practice match and you hurt people in practice matches and I'd rather hurt him physically than hurt his feelings, so punch it is. If we kissed him, that would influence the romance. Irk! Hey, you fight dirty. What can I say? You taught me well. So it's a brawl then. Dom drops his sword and quickly grabs your arm, pinning you. Nice try, but you're still a step too slow, princess. I'm just getting started. You twist out of his hold and leap forward, tackling him to the ground. Kenna? Ahem. Turning, you see Gabriel, your bodyguard. Gabriel, I was just leaving. My lady, nobles from the other 4 kingdoms will arrive shortly. The queen expects you to be there to greet them. Of course. You and Gabriel walk back to the castle in stony silence. About what you saw back there, it was nothing. Nothing? It may not be my place to say it, but that boy loves you, Kenna, more than anything in the 5 kingdoms. Gabriel! I'm sorry, Kenna, but my duty is to you and this kingdom. Dominic is a commoner. Worse, he is a child with no name, a son with no father, abandoned, half dead on a castle steps and covered in burns. He's my friend. He's your faithful childhood friend. Childhood ends. Adults do as they must, royalty most of all. You and Gabriel enter the throne room and find your mother dressed in her finest gown, talking to Leon, the captain of the royal guard. You've increased security as I requested. Yes, of course, your majesty. A dozen guards at each entrance and a company of archers on every wall. Your mother turns to you and smiles. It's nice to see you indoors for once, my little butterfly. Where else would a butterfly thrive but indoors? Funny. I trust you'll be on your best behavior tonight. You might meet your future husband. Kenna, married? Now that I'd like to see. There are beasts in the Black Spine Mountains you'd have an easier time taming. Now, Kenna, it's time for you to get dressed. I had something special made. I don't suppose it's armor, like the kind Leon has, is it? Better. I had one of the finest dressmakers in the 5 kingdoms work for months on a silver and black gown unmatched in beauty. I can't wait to see it on you. I know our guests will be very impressed. So we have a choice. So, I said I played this before, and I had. And before I put on the nice gown, because I felt bad being rude to my mother. But I don't feel like it's in Kenna's personality to wear the nice gown. So I want to see what happens when I say I'll wear the regular clothes. So we're going to wear the regular clothes. And I can't save here, and saves come like I usually do. So I don't know what will happen. I'll just stick with the clothes I have on. I can't say that I'm surprised, but I had to try. Heh. I do wish your Aunt Eloise was here to advise you. She was always the fashionable one. She hasn't returned yet? You know my sister, Kenna, always being entertained by some dashing gentleman on a foolish adventure. The luxuries of not being queen. Tristan, a castle servant, approaches. Your Majesty, the nobles from the other 4 kingdoms have arrived. Already? Come now, little butterfly. You just need to smile and look pretty. I'm the one who has to listen to old King Amanth drone on about his hunting conquests. Do you think he's going to tell the story of how he killed a boar with a rusted spoon? He always does, and I'm pretty sure the boar gets bigger and bigger each time. Come, let's go welcome our guests. Servants throw open the grand doors to the throne room. The kings and queens of the 4 neighboring kingdoms enter, each with a group of courtiers. Your mother takes your hand. Remember today, Kenna. The alliance formed here may stand for 1,000 years, even against our common enemy, the Iron Empire. Let me say, and so I can either say congratulations or this is a mistake. And I said congratulations once before, and I'm going to try to say this is a mistake, because as it turns out, it soon will be. Peace can never be attained with the stroke of a pen, only by the swinging of a sword. Harsh. Watch your tongue. Brash words like that could undo everything I've worked for. After 100 years of border skirmishes, it's a miracle our neighbors are considering this alliance at all. The first of the royals approaches you. Tristan clears his throat to announce them. May I present King Amanth Dramir of Fedoria and his son and heir, Prince Tevin Dramir. King Amanth bows and kisses your mother's hand as Prince Tevin bows to you. Now, I'm going to warn you, I didn't like Tevin at first, and he grew on me. He's a precious cinnamon bun. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Princess, truly, you're lovelier than 1,000 statues of Fedoria. So I'm gonna say he's charming, which is kind of a lie at this point because he's overdoing it by a lot, but it's the nice thing to do. I've had many suitors, but none so charming. You honor me, princess. Hardly. It's the truth. I hope I'll get to speak more with you later during the feast, if your other guests don't take up all your time. I promise I'll find a minute or two for you. So, we get to meet Prince Tevin and his father, and they step aside. May I present King Luther Nevrakis, ruler of Abanthus, Queen Adriana, and his son, Prince Marco. Bow when you announce us, boy. Prince Marco strikes Tristan, knocking him to the ground. Tutorial. When Kenna's prestige is high enough, you can unlock special choices. Try it now. So we say I should slap Marco, which costs a prestige, but we don't lose it. We just need that to do it. Apologize to Marco or berate Marco. So we're going to slap him. You backhand Prince Marco, your ring cutting the flesh of his cheek. We still honor the old rules in this castle, and even sniveling princes aren't above them. How dare you? Is this the greeting we get from Stormholt? I'll see you burn for this, wench. Hold your tongue, Marco. This is Princess Kenna. I don't know what's gotten into my daughter. Kenna, apologize. I will not. No need. No need. I like to see a girl who will fight for her people. As the other kings arrive, you spot a familiar face among the assembled crowd, watching from a distance. Dominic! Dominic's attention turns toward some of the other ladies in attendance. So, if we wore as the special dress, the bonus was that Dominic is more enamored of us. But as I said before, I do not ship Ken and Dominic, so... So, and that's I know that because I've played it before, but you don't know that, but I know that. So that was the difference of our choice. Queen Adriana addresses the assembled crowd. For too long we have fought amongst each other, squabbling over land while our shared enemy abroad grows stronger. Today we change that. Today the 5 kingdoms become one, a clenched fist that will stand strong against all threats. To seal the alliance, please raise a glass with me to a brighter future for us all. The assembled royalty cheers. Everyone raises their golden goblets and drinks. Everyone but King Luther Nevrakis and his son Prince Marco. Before my father died, burned alive by the Iron Empire, he told me one thing. Our lands will never be safe from them until we are one. One kingdom, one king. There will be no alliance. There will be only my kingdom. As Luther speaks, you hear the clank of armor coming down the hall, then the screams of servants. How is this possible? The gates are sealed and the bridge is drawn. The secret passage into the castle. How? The only people who know about it are you, me, Gabriel, and your sister, Eloise. Beautiful woman, but far too trusting. She never even suspected her latest lover was one of my spies. No. You monster. She struggled valiantly, but you'd be amazed at the secrets a person spills when you gouge their eyes out. Luther raises his glass to his lips and takes a sip. Now then, let's get this over with. The doors fly open. Men in strange, glistening armor charge in, leveling crossbows at all the assembled guests. Die! Kenna, look out! Some choices have a time limit. Think fast. So we're going to dodge. You roll to the side, just in time. The bolt from a crossbow slams into the wall right where you were standing. Too close. Take cover! Arrows zip through the air, striking the assembled royals. Their shouts echo in the throne room. You turn and see a bolt pierce straight through your mother's heart, her eyes going wide as she falls to the ground. The Queen! Mother! Kenna, you crawl across the stone floor to her. Mother! I love you. Be brave, little butterfly. Be brave. Your mother tightly grips your hand as she draws breath for the last time. Tears blur your vision as Dominic pulls you away from her. Kenna, we have to go. No, I'm not leaving her. You look up just in time to see Prince Marco gleefully disarm and cut down another nobleman with a flurry of quick strikes. Ha! I've had better fights against my stable hands. Pathetic. Nearby, Gabriel fights back, impaling one Nevrakis soldier with his sword and dropping another with a gauntlet to the skull. Kenna, I need to get you out of here, now! A Nevrakis soldier bars the door to the outside hallway. He hefts a massive axe. King Amonth tries to flee, but the soldier swings the axe at him, beheading him instantly. Then the soldier spots you. You're next. Looking for something to use against the soldier, you grab. So you have either a turkey leg or a goblet of wine. We'll go with the solid thing. You fling the goblet's contents into the face of the soldier. Oh, and there was wine in it. My eyes! Before you leave the room, you turn back to see a soldier with gold trim on his armor, looting your mother's body. My mother's signet ring! Leave it! There's no time! Your life is more important! Forgive me, Mother. You take Dom's hand and run. As you look back one last time, you see the soldier take the ring. This'll fetch a fine price. As you flee into the corridor, you find the floor slick with the blood of slaughtered royals and their children. Dead. All of them. The entire nobility wiped out. Not all of them. Wounded and leaning against a column, Prince Tevin tries to fight off a Nevrakis soldier. Die, Feodorian scum! Not without a fight. He brandishes a torch at the soldier. We've got to help him. It's too risky. My duty is to protect you, not a Fedorian prince. You are the queen of Stormholt now. You must live. I know, but what kind of queen am I if I leave him behind? Your army score tracks your choices, whether you're defeating significant enemies in combat or strengthening the relationship with your allies and increasing their morale. The higher your army score is, the stronger your forces will be in the final battle. Adding allies will grant unique benefits in your story, unlock special scenes, and help you in the battles ahead. Allies also increase your army score for the final battle, and some, like Prince Tevin, even give you soldiers for your army. We can take Prince Tevin with us. He could be valuable, but it's up to you, Kenna. We must save Prince Tevin's life. I'm not leaving him. You grab a massive shield from one of the fallen guards and dart towards Tevin. What the? I should slam the shield into his helmet. You slam the side of the shield into the soldier's helm as hard as you can. He crumples to the ground. Princess Kenna! I promised I'd find a minute for you, didn't I? Who knew it would save my life? Looks like you, we'll say, couldn't charm your way out of this fight. Looks like you couldn't charm your way out of this fight. I tried flirting with the soldiers, but they were shockingly unreceptive. I owe you, Kenna. My kingdom owes you. I swear on my life, should you ever need me, I'll be there with 200 of Fedorian's finest soldiers at my back. Good, because after this is over, I have a feeling I'm going to need them. Tevin winces. Is it serious? My wounds will heal, but my tunic may never recover. Dom and Gabriel rush up to you. That was too risky. You should have let me do it. Scold me later. Quickly, this way! As you enter the dungeon, you see 3 soldiers rushing by, all carrying weapons wet with blood. Wait, that one! He's the one that stole my mother's ring! Which one? Looking around, you spot a crossbow in the hands of a fallen soldier. You pull it from his grasp. Only one bolt. Better choose correctly. It was the one with the gold trim. Look, and these got gold. Your bolt catches the soldier right where his helmet meets his armor, plunging into the base of his skull. Urgh! That's what you get. The man falls dead as the others seek cover. Here it is, my mother's signet ring. You grab the ring, dodging crossbow bolts as you retreat down the stairs. All this over a ring? Never underestimate the importance of the right accessory. The ring commands respect and strengthens Kenna's claim to the throne, but she needs to be alive to use it. Where do we go now? The passage they used to get in. We'll use it to get out. Gabriel pushes a brick into the wall. You hear stones shifting, and suddenly the rock wall swings open, revealing a secret door. You and your friends dash in. Gabriel tries to seal the door behind you, but Navraki's soldiers are already closing in. They'll figure out how to get in. We won't make it out before they catch us. Then we have no choice but to make our stand and fight. As you pass through a metal gate, you see Dom hesitate on the other side. No, we do have a choice. I'm going to hold them off. At least I can slow them down, buy you some time. Dom slams the gate closed, locking himself in. Dominic! Dom, what are you doing? Don't do this! It's the only way. Go. You hear shouting as the soldiers close in on you. Dom, I have one last thing to say. Be careful. Stay alive, and I promise to do the same. I won't let you down. We will see each other again, my friend. The sound of shouting interrupts you. Now go, Kenna. Gabriel, keep her safe. I will guard her till my last breath. You, Prince Tevin, and Gabriel flee down the tunnel. now playing as Dominic. After leading the soldiers away from Kenna, you emerge from the passage and find yourself in the castle kitchen, the soldiers right behind you. You there, stop! Ready to fight? Nope, not even a little. You spin around and take off running, bolting through the cluttered kitchen. Get back here! At the far end, you come to a wide open fire pit. Flames crackle over sizzling coals. You're moving too fast to dodge. You leap. You leap boldly over the fire pit, and strangely, as you cross through the veil of flame, you feel no heat or pain. The flames seem almost to arc, bending away from you, making a path. That's odd. Some choices increase Dom's power. You land smoothly on the other side of the pit. Behind you, the soldier scrambles around, and in front of you, tugging on a locked door, is Margaret, the castle cook. Dom, what in the blazes? You're cornered. Please don't hurt him. He's a good man. He's just a servant like me. He was running with the princess and her bodyguard. He's got to know where they went. I'll never talk. Then I'll kill the old woman. See if that loosens your tongue. No! The soldier slams his fist into Margaret's head. She falls. He pulls out a dagger and kneels beside her. You feel something stirring inside you. Rage, fury, fire. When Dom's power level is high enough, you can unlock special choices. Try it now. You let your anger explode. The fire burning in the kitchen jumps, the flames lashing out to twist around the soldiers. Hey! What the? They writhe and scream as the fire burns them alive, roasting them in their armor. What the hell did I just do? You rush to Margaret's side. You take her hand and she begins to stir. What happened? I took care of the soldiers. Don't ask. Where is everyone? All the servants have been ordered to the throne room. If we mean to live, we must go there now. Margaret grabs your arm and pulls you along after her. You and Margaret reach the throne room where all of the castle servants stand terrified. Two servants run up to Margaret. Mother, we were so worried about you. What were you doing out there? I was fetching your fool brother, Dom here. He'd gone and gotten himself in trouble. Our brother? Listen here. Luther is executing anyone who could be a threat. If he finds out that Dom is trained as a scout and can use a sword, he'll kill him. So from here on out, he's your brother, a knuckle-headed servant in the kitchens. Understand? We're gonna circle back to knuckle-headed. I understand, but what if someone else betrays him? I'll get the word out. We're all allies here. The other servants will keep Dom's secret. And if they don't, it'll be moss cabbage every night, so help me. Silence, everyone. Quiet down. Your new king is about to speak. Hear me, people of this castle. I know you have long served the former queen, but her reign has ended. King Nevrakis gestures, and one of his soldiers holds up the head of the queen. Rose whispers to you, I think I'm going to be sick. The queen deserved better than this. Luther Nevrakis is a monster. But what can we do? We have no weapons. Luther continues. There are no warriors left among you. My men have seen to that. Soldiers march in, wheeling carts full of bodies. I give you a choice now. Pledge your loyalty to me, or add more carcasses to this pile. One of the soldiers unsheathes his sword. Who's first? As the servants line up to take the loyalty pledge, Rose plucks at your sleeve. What do we do? We pledge our loyalty. We bend the knee. We promise Luther our service. And when the time is right, we strike. A few moments later, you're riding through the forest at night, away from Stormholt. You come to a fork in the path. Where are we going? Don't worry, I'm taking you someplace safe. And where is that? There is a monastery deep in the woods. I trained with the monks there for years. They'll hide us from Luther. You could come too, King Tevin. No, I must return home. Vidoria will need me. Here's where we must part ways, my lovely Kenna. Tevin pulls out a small purple orb from the inside of his robes and offers it to you. The orb shines in your hand. A gift of beauty, from one beauty to another. What is it? In Vidoria, we use these to speak with those we care about, so they're never far from our hearts and minds. So this orb? I have its match. We can use them to send each other messages. Thank you, Tevin. A pleasure. And know this. Luther's treachery will be punished. When you rise against him, Vidoria will be with you. Until then, farewell. Tevin waves back at you as he leaves. Behind you, the lights of Stormhold recede into darkness. My home. Don't despair. You're alive. That's all that matters. I promise you, I will take my kingdom back. I weep for my people, for my mother, my family, my friends. They deserved better, and my heart breaks for them. That you must be strong, now more than ever. King Luther. He's destroyed everything I've ever known. I will take Stormhold back. I swear it. Chapter end! You finished chapter 1. Now you can review it and see how you did and get your army score. And we'll tell us about the army score. Your army score is a running tally of your success. The higher it is, the stronger you'll be in the final battle. Every prestige and power point earned is worth 1 army score point. Every unlocked weapon is worth 5 army score points. Every recruited new ally is worth 5 army score points. Every 50 troops added to your army is worth 1 army score point, and every special event usually unlocked by making a significant choice is worth 5 army score points. You don't need to remember any of this. We're going to be fine. Now let's take you to the progress read so you can see how you did. Chapter progress. Gabriel will protect you as your ally. You saved Prince Tevin from the Nevrakis soldiers. His aid will be valuable in the effort to reclaim your kingdom. You've added 200 Fedorian troops to your cause. You saved your mother's ring from falling into the enemy's hands. You chose to slap Prince Marco. This will affect interactions with him in the future. You know, honestly, normally I wouldn't slap somebody, but it was worth it. Marco is really awful. Overall progress. Gabriel alive and recruited. Prince Tevin alive and recruited. And look at all these wonderful people we don't know yet. Prestige is 15 out of 50. Power, weapons, allies, troops, significant choices. Army score, 41 out of 41. Okay, so that was chapter 1. So now I have to wait like 2 hours before I can play chapter 2 because I need a key. And we also won't be replaying chapter 1 to see how things could be different because I would need to use keys for that too. And if we go to chapter 2 and then realize that there was something in chapter 1 we wanted to do, then it sucks to be us because you can't do that. We'd have to finish out the whole thing and then come back. There's at least one chapter at the end that I know I'm going to play twice because there's some stuff that you can only see if you do it twice. So this is going to be tricky. It is going to be tricky, but we will persevere. So that was The Crown and the Flame, book 1. If you want to play along, you want to go to the Android or Apple App Store and download a thing called Choices. It's like Choices Stories You Make is the full name. And then once you've downloaded the Choices app, then you go down to the fantasy section of books and you get The Crown and the Flame book 1. And I hope you will play along because it's really fun. And obviously there's a whole bunch of you know, things I didn't explore, like for instance, romancing Dom. I started a romance with Tevin, and I absolutely adore him, but I actually ship Kenna with somebody else, so I don't think that's the direction we're going to go, but that's an option, branching pathwise for a romance to pursue. There's a whole lot of stuff to do, and I think it's worth doing. It's very fun. So, you know, if you want to go get it and play along, I totally recommend it. It's a good game. And I will be uploading the, following chapters as we go through them after the 2-hour break each time. So once again, my name is Anna Mardal. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this. Obviously, I'm having fun. I hope you are too. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.